Hello and welcome back to the movie rubric. I'm Timothy McDaniel.
Cole Wright.
Joe Jovi.
What was that?
What?
He made a noise.
Well, I was gonna do the hey yeah, but then I didn't commit. I only half committed, and then I went hey. So, which is in this movie.
It is in this movie. Hey,
sorry.
spoiler alert. Hey, we're going to be talking about Masters of the Universe.
He-Man.
Which, as many people from our generation know him, he is the hey yeah meme.
Hey yeah. That's a great video.
It really is a funny video. And honestly, weirdly enough, I feel like this movie captured that energy throughout it. Yeah, so we're going to sit down and talk about that movie here today. Going into it, like I said, this was produced by Amazon. Director Travis Knight. I'm not super familiar with his work. Looking it up here, he hasn't done like a ton of other things I've seen. But Jonah, I feel like he's your guy. He did Kubo and the Two Strings, Paranorman, Missing Link. Are you familiar with those?
Those are all Leica movies. The guys that did Coraline.
Yeah.
If I put out that new movie, it looks really good.
So it feels weird that they gave this guy like
Masters
a live
of the Universe.
action. Yeah. But like, I personally think he did a good job with it.
I haven't seen any of those movies, but apparently they're great. Those stop motion Leica movies. I've only seen Coraline.
I think I've seen Paranorman.
That was the one after Coraline.
Really?
Apparently they're beautiful. Missing Link looked funny.
Cast of some big hitters. I think biggest hitter is probably Idris Elba and Jared Leto, who I didn't even realize that was Idris Elba when we went and watched the movie. And my personal old crush, Allison Brie.
True.
Do you love Allison
girl
Brie?
from Riverdale, I don't know the name of, was the I can't remember anyone's name in this movie. And then He-Man was in Cheap Detectives.
Nicholas.
He was, wasn't he?
Yeah, he
Who
was
did
the
play?
murderer.
Oh my gosh, that's the same guy.
Sorry, spoilers for Cheap Detectives. I'm on a roll
That's
right
the
now.
same dude?
Yeah, I think so. I'm almost positive.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
That's crazy. I actually didn't put that
I
together.
didn't look it up, but it looks like him.
Marina Baccarin, isn't she the wife in Deadpool?
Who was that?
The sorceress?
Oh, maybe. It kind of
don't
like
know.
her. Maybe.
Either way. But no, like overall, I'll say, spoiler free before we start talking about spoilers. I loved this movie, and I'm wondering if maybe I'm gonna be the one who's I'm gonna try not to glaze it. But we shared this when we watched Anaconda. I miss movies that just have fun, and this movie was just fun, like from top to bottom. I really enjoyed it. What'd you guys think about it?
I really enjoyed it. I was pretty hyped for this. It looked like a good time. I was not disappointed. I think it was just a solid all-around movie. It's not like it's going to be winning any awards, especially from the box office standpoint right now. It's not looking good for it right now,
unfortunately.
But if you like sort of this goofy action comedy, this over-the-top nonsense, this is your movie.
Yeah. Jonah, what'd you think about it?
I wasn't as crazy about it as you guys were. I did enjoy my time with it. I think the visuals and the action scenes are fantastic. Whoever did the fight scenes in this movie, man, put them in every superhero movie from now on.
Especially the one-on-one fights.
Yes.
Some of the group fights, it was like dudes taking turns to run at people. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's a goofy, almost, I think I shared with both of you, in a good way, it reminded me of like a Power Rangers movie. Mm-hmm. And I mean that as a compliment.
Yes.
But like the one
super stylish. Yeah.
The one-on-one fight scenes were actually really good.
Yes.
It had a really good aesthetic.
There's there's one at the beginning and one at the end. I don't know which one I like more. They're fantastic.
I think I like the one at the beginning more. If we're thinking about the same one, maybe.
Yeah,
The one with Trap Jaw.
Yeah. That was awesome.
That's probably my favorite.
It's great. I think for me, it could have been when we saw it. I was the day we saw it, I was just sleepier, and the night before I didn't sleep as well. So I was tired, but there was some parts where I was checking the time, and when they weren't fighting, I'm not really vibing with the characters, and I'm a little bored. But when they did fight, it was awesome. So overall, I enjoyed it. But I'll also keep in mind, I know nothing about Master of the Universe other than the hey yeah video.
My knowledge is very little.
Very limited.
That was before our time.
Yes,
I have watched a few episodes and clips over the years, but never just sat down and watched it.
I know it has its fan base for sure.
Yeah.
Though. My dad grew up with Masters of the Universe and everything.
Yeah.
I shared this with Jonah. I bet they'll make a sequel focusing on She-Ra just because of the fact that She-Ra, I think in this current generation is actually more popular than He-Man.
Yeah.
She got her own.
I didn't know they were the same universe.
Yeah, she kind of got her own. I think you'd have to ask Elena. I think she got her own like TV show spinoff series recently that kind of continued the Masters of the Universe thing, where like He-Man has gone missing. If I'm remembering correctly, I didn't actually watch it, but like a lot of people love She-Ra.
There's one on Netflix, a Netflix original She-Ra that people love.
Yeah.
And like I think it's to the point where I did not know they were brother and sister. I thought She-Ra was her own
They're brother
thing.
and sister, aren't they?
I thought that's why.
Let's Google
the vibe I got from what they said at the end.
Who is She-Ra? She-Ra is a legendary superheroine and the alter ego of Princess Adora in the Masters of the Universe franchise. So yeah, I'm assuming is his sister then. And then looking at this picture here, there's like the new Netflix show she got, and then like her redesign for like the continuation. So like I said, I think She-Ra got a couple. She has a big fan base. I bet they'll make a sequel just for her.
Yeah.
So.
I bet I think that would do better, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I overall enjoyed it. I wasn't as high on it as I think you guys were, but overall still a good time.
Yeah. Talking about that, Bob.
I wish it didn't bomb because I want more movies that have this aesthetic and goofy wackiness.
I want more movies that are willing to take like just have creative fun.
Yes.
And things like this.
This is people who enjoyed the show, obviously, but they know the principle of the show is so stupid.
Yeah.
That they're going to make the movie kind of over the top and goofy.
Yeah, I want more.
They didn't play it serious.
We don't. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I said we don't get a lot of like this. Like I don't even know what you call it. Like high sci-fi fantasy blend. Like just whatever. Like
it's medieval, but it's not.
There's lasers. There's spaceships. There's knights. There's talking tigers. They're just whatever you want. I like that
such
a
a
lot.
vibe.
Yes.
Yeah, the closest thing I could think of was honestly like Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like this movie gave me Thor Ragnarok
Especially
vibes.
the ships.
Yes.
Looked like Thor Ragnarok ships.
Several times I was like, man, this felt like Thor Ragnarok was like, let's take something that was like always a little goofy in concept, but took itself seriously, which is He-Man. And then let's make it silly and kind of like play it as a face. Like we know that this is silly and goofy.
Yes.
Minor spoilers. Like one of my favorite lines. It's like, why did Skeletor do this? Because he's bad.
There's
and
gotta
it's like
be more to it than that.
yeah, he has a skull for a head.
Yeah.
Literally has a skull for it.
Yeah.
The creators, the showrunners, the actors, they know that the content is silly, and they just leaned into it. And I
Yeah.
love that. That was great.
Yeah, silly, but not like Thor: Love and Thunder level, where it's like we're
We're gonna be like in
making
your
fun
face,
of
like
ourselves.
open up. Here's more funny.
Yeah, or like we're almost, like we don't even respect ourselves.
Without even going into spoilers, the comedic timing in this movie
There's some funny parts.
really
in this
good.
movie.
Really
Yeah.
good. There was one scene that I didn't like how comedic they made it, but for the most part, almost every single joke landed.
A lot of good one-liners in this.
Oh my gosh.
There's so many sex jokes in this movie.
It is.
There's so many. Give him head, Ram Man. Like, what?
Yeah.
Fist them.
Yeah, there was some really, really good stuff in there. Yeah, you were talking about money a second ago. I did pull it up ahead of time because Jonah told me. I didn't even realize how bad it was doing. I thought so it was me and Jonah and one other person in the theater. Mind you, we went and saw it 10 o'clock on a Wednesday night. So I thought that was the reason there was no one in there. But then Jonah was like, oh, yeah, this movie's bombing.
There wasn't a lot in ours either. With me and Kirsten.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
It's also been a few weeks, to be fair.
Estimated budget of $200 million. According to several different sources, it looks like it's made somewhere around 90 to 92 million, but it would have needed to have made 400 million to like break even. So
That's crazy.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're talking Amazon. They can spare it. And I think if they could franchise this out, like make more of them, I think it would pay off for them in the long run. Amazon has made worse movies. Looking at you,
Yeah.
War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
So I think they will.
This
I'm
is
hoping they'll stick
something.
with it.
This gives me the vibe of something like maybe not as extreme, but like Spider-Verse, where it doesn't do very well, and then people later on are like, "Oh, this is awesome." And then
Spider-Verse didn't do well at launch?
it did okay for Spider-Man. It did meh.
Really?
In theaters.
Spider-Man normally rakes in money just
I thought
based
it,
off
like,
the name.
I remember, I thought when I went and saw that, it was like a packed theater, but I might be misremembering.
Yeah, I think it didn't do terrible, but for Spider-Man, who usually makes $1 billion,
It kind of like it was delayed on like
the hype,
people
Kinda like
loving it.
Obsession a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
people
Well,
started talking about it and people went and saw it.
I
$400 million, which is good, but for Spider-Man, usually since Homecoming has crossed $1 billion every time.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping for more. I like that this movie, it took the content seriously in that it wanted it to be good, but it understood the assignment. It knew it was goofy. Hey, my MacBook I was looking for, I found it. It's just sitting over there on the shelf. And but I loved this movie, like just its heart. But also, you got to keep in mind, like, I also, as an adult, will rewatch the original Mighty Morphin Power Ranger movie. That movie's not good, but it's a good time.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think that that's important in the context when we're talking about this film. Cole, if you want to get ready to spin that wheel, let's give some, I was going to say, let's give it some accolades. Mine's not, it's not a cop-out, but it is like very generic. My accolade is the 80s Cartoon Award. And I say that, I think this was an 80s cartoon. Is that right?
Yes.
I say that because if you asked someone in the 80s to visualize what this movie would look like on the big screen, there it is. Like, they took the cartoon as it was, didn't try to modernize it, didn't try to change it to make it look cooler. They just kind of ripped it straight off the screen and put it on the big screen. And I love that. I'm glad that they didn't try to. There's so many movies I feel like they're like, all right, we're making a movie of this. We have to change it to make it look good for audiences.
Keep the aesthetic.
Yeah, keep it. And I appreciate that. So that's mine. It's kind of, like I said, it's an easy, generic one, but 80s Cartoon Award.
Yeah.
Mine's mine's like a stupid one here. Say That Again ending award.
Say that again.
They did.
That again.
What was your name? He-Man. It was the,
Say that again?
It was the Say That Again thing from Fantastic Four.
Yeah. That will never get old. That
What a good meme from that. The movie was terrible, but
that meme, boy,
Fan
the
Four stick.
slow head turn. Say it again. It'll never not be funny.
Yeah, like that's literally what the vibe it gave off at the end there.
I get
He-Man,
that.
you know,
I
like
can
a
see that.
masculine man, He-Man.
Isn't that just saying like man?
Man, that's what I always thought.
it's
It's masculine man. They also did that. Well, I don't want to spoil it. But
Yeah, I was just
yeah. But I touched the mic. I say that every episode. Mine is the In a Window Award. I kind of mentioned that there's so many
in a window.
Like
Who was
like,
in a window?
in innuendo? Oh, I thought you were. I thought you were. I couldn't tell if you were for real or not. But no, I love them. They were all funny. Because I'm immature, but there was so. I was picturing like a parent taking their kid to see this, and then there's like, what was it? I mean, they're not really spoilers because they're jokes, but like, I'm Fisto, I fist people. Ram Man rams people. Give him head, Ram Man.
I want to take that sword between your dangling between your thighs.
That one was dangling between your thighs. Like, oh, okay.
That was good.
There's something when he's at the gym. I forgot what he says. But there's so many, and they're all funny. So,
Yeah, it was good. It was funny. All right, Cole's gonna spin that.
Spun it already. Jonah, you're doing
Jonah. All right, Jonah.
Finally.
Finally got one.
Summarize the big points.
big
we
points,
don't got to
yeah,
get in the nitty gritty. Just hit the big stuff here so we can talk about this movie.
All right, going fast here. Opens up. He-Man's in this planet. It's all magical and wacky and goofy. He-Man's a kid. His dad is the king. He is the prince. He-Man sucks at fighting, and his dad wants him to be more manly and better. And then he has a friend also that's a girl. Anyways, Skeletor attacks their castle, and his mom gives him this magical sword and says, "Well, I'm sending you back to my home. When you want to come home, get the sword and say these words." And then he goes to Earth, but he drops the sword. Oh, no. And so he grows up on Earth.
To be fair, the Sword Sorcerer's like, don't drop this, and then proceeds to have him like zip line
Fly
across
through
like the
space.
universe.
He wasn't ready
Yes.
for
Like,
it.
like
And he's
9-year-old
like
boy.
10. Yeah, and it's a big, decent sword.
On the
To be
topic,
fair to-
topic of Skeletor, though, Jared Leto, best role.
Probably best role.
This
I mean,
was the
not a
best
high
thing
bar.
I've seen Jared Leto.
Like Jared Leto can act.
Honestly, we didn't have to see his face. That helped a lot. So,
Yeah,
so
I didn't know it was him
Yeah.
until like the end.
yeah, I remember people talking about like, oh, Skeletor, Jared Leto, kind of wacky casting, but it worked.
Yeah, it was good.
But so he's on Earth, and now he's older. He's still looking for the sword. Everyone kind of doesn't take him seriously because he talks about how he comes from a different
I
planet.
mean, look at the guy and then saying the things that he's saying.
yeah. So
Look when
and
he
then I
wears
got
to the
sword.
gym.
Yeah, but honestly, that dude, like, if he was on a date, if I was that girl, I mean, come on, you would put up with that.
He may be on, he may be on next year's Valentine's special.
Literally, he might have to be. Anyways, he ends up finding the sword in like a comic book store. He gets it. He says the words, "It doesn't work." So he just kind of is going about his day, and then the big monster guy attacks, and turns out it did send a signal to the planet that he was there. And then his friend girl from when he was a kid comes and saves him. They go back to the planet, and then they show up to this place. Oh, there's a guy, Idris Elba's character, also lost a fight, so now he's drunk and sad. But then he wants to help again. And then they leave. Like a Skeletor attacks the place they're at, and then they go. Oh, there's a forest fight, and then he uses the sword, and now he gets strong, and now he's actually He-Man, and he's big and buff. And there's a big cool fight. They crash the ship in the woods, and then I don't exactly remember what happens, but long story short, they end up back at the castle. I'm blanking on what happens, how they get to the castle, but they're in the forest, and then no, they get taken to Skeletor's house.
Yeah.
And turns out his parents are still alive. What?
Whoa.
And then the dad dies right after that. But it's a really awesome fight with He-Man and all Skeletor's goons. And the dad has a heart-to-heart. It's like, you're fine the way you are or something. And then he gets thrown in jail. The mom's alive, and then everyone's there. And then they break out of jail, go back to the castle that Skeletor's at because he has the sword. And then they fight, and it's cool. And then I think that's it.
I think that's most of it.
I think that's most of it.
I think you got the majority of it. Yeah.
Which sounds really simple, but that's because it is.
It's
That's
nothing.
because it is.
There's not much to it.
It's
Yeah.
not a deep plot. It's somewhere,
There's something in there about being a man, and what
you don't have to always resolve your conflict with fists or whatever.
Yeah.
Which they didn't resolve the conflict with Fist.
Which he wasn't. He was in a. Yeah.
I know nothing. Like I said, I really don't know much about the original He-Man show. I wonder if the original He-Man show dealt with like feelings and stuff like
I
that.
don't know
Because it was
if
a kid's cartoon.
Yeah, I don't know if it did or not.
I feel like
I feel like it was just generic. Like, here's a sword. Here's a big buff guy. Go fight these bad things.
a lot of
Yeah.
them did would touch on sensitive subjects. So
I was going to say, but like it is a kid's cartoon, so it's
They
really
all had a racism episode. Not all of them, but
Yeah.
some of them did. No.
all I could think of was the Mario.
Oh
Luigi's.
yeah, the calls them back to normal, but they learned that it just matters what you are inside. I think they learned that lesson in the real world. Yeah, when Toads turn into mushrooms or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
I just remember it's like, be nice to everybody unless they're black.
Oh no, that was that one's fake.
Is that fake?
No, there is an actual.
I thought that was a real line. I thought it was just
Did you fall for AI?
people. No, it's not AI. This
That
is
was
a-
like YouTube poop.
Yeah, I was gonna say this has been a thing for
I've
like
seen
since
that
we
one.
were like in junior high.
No, there was a Mario Super Show episode where a bunch of these like Toad villages, like everyone changes color to like blue and purple, and they all become racist, and then they learn to just look at what is on the inside.
That's funny.
That was the racism episode for Mario.
Yeah, I love that. All right, let's talk about the plot of this movie. So when we get to the reviewing part later, I'm gonna say jokes are part of my plot, like comedic timing and stuff like that as part of acting, but like the jokes themselves are part of the plot. So that's going to raise it up a bit here for me. I think my favorite scene, though, like Jonah was saying, my favorite fight scene especially was the fight at the beginning between Duncan and Trapjaw.
Yeah.
That was so well executed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very good choreography. And
When he
everything.
whips his when he whips his mace thing out and the camera just whoosh, he goes into the
Like,
camera,
pans down behind
pans
it.
down to it, and then oh my gosh, the choreography is just so good.
There was some really fun, creative camera work. Like when it was really predominant at the end when he was fighting Skeletor. Like he almost like Mortal Kombat X-ray stuff. Like the camera
Yeah.
panning around. It was so good.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was.
Also, apparently Duncan's name in the show is Man at Arms. That is awesome. That's
His
an
name
awesome
is Man at Arms?
Like his superhero name is Man at Arms, but his name's Duncan. But like his He-Man name is Man at Arms. I think that's such a cool name.
I don't know how well you guys are going to see this. I pulled up earlier. Like what they looked like in the new movie versus what they looked like in the original cartoon. Try to spin around Duncan's here for you.
Yeah, what a glow up.
I remember Duncan
Honestly,
looking
glow
like
up.
real goofy. If you haven't seen it, go look up Duncan in the original He-Man cartoon.
Muffins!
Is that my wife with muffins?
Thank you.
Oh, thanks,
Oh my
baby.
gosh,
I
real
haven't had any
MVP.
food today.
The muffin maiden hath arrived.
My bad. But now I do. Thanks.
Now you get to hear John. So, Anyone else have a favorite scene? Because I'd say mine was, man, just the fights. The fights were good.
Fights are awesome. I would say either that one, the Skeletor fight at the end where he does the punches and it's like doing the sound waves and the freeze frames, or
that was the Mortal Kombat stuff.
Yes, that was awesome. Yeah, that was I mean, that'd be a cool guest character.
Anything with Skeletor was
awesome. The fight with Skeletor's goons and He-Man with the sword at his house was also awesome.
His sword at his house.
His dad's watching him, and he's like,
"Oh yeah." And I was gonna say that might be my favorite scene overall. It's not my favorite fight, but it also, they didn't do a ton of waiting to take turns. There was a little bit, but for the most part, like,
they were all jumping him.
He would incapacitate someone and then go to do someone else, and like he was like fighting tooth and nail to stay up, and it was
do someone else.
Go do someone else.
He was doing someone else.
Say it again.
Nope.
Say that again. He-Man.
Oh man, that was such a good fight. And then shortly after that, it's not my least favorite moment, but it was really funny. He gets like pseudo captured by the witch, and then accidentally blasts energy out, which then kills his dad. And that probably wasn't supposed to be funny, but the way it went, and then the roof fell in like only on his dad.
Like, dang it!
I chuckled.
Well, imagine you're kept alive and you finally see your son again, and he kills you like immediately.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
And then, man, the scene where his dad was dying was not written well. I feel like the way the actor was dying, and then it was like, "No, Dad, you can't close your eyes yet. I still have something to say." Yeah. I thought it was not the greatest death scene.
It's like for He-Man, the vibe he kind of gave like the character. It seemed like it was Star-Lord, but like not as good as Star-Lord.
Though,
but
like
dumb.
Guardians of the Galaxy has some really good character deaths in it.
Like
though.
it wasn't
writing.
like that. So it's like this movie didn't handle the deaths well.
As much as I like this movie, none of the deaths were handled super well.
I thought in general too. This is my biggest complaint with the movie.
Pass those muffins this way.
Muffins. I just thought the characters were kind of flat. I think that's part of why some of it was boring, and I get it. But like He-Man, he's funny, he's likable. Not a lot to him. Mm-hmm. Duncan, probably my favorite character. He had a plot, but you kind of know where it's going. All right, he's drunk and sad. He's going to not be by the end.
The
girl was not much to her. The tiger doesn't even show up till the end.
Yeah.
And then,
which out of all the people to keep alive, like, listen, if I'm Skeletor,
I'm keeping
like,
the tiger alive.
Really?
Wait,
no. Like, if I'm like killing things, like
that thing could kill me.
Yeah,
well,
I feel
my
like
thought is like if I have him and he's a baby, like I want to keep him for me.
Clearly, like it's a very intelligent.
That's where he talks.
Like it's basically human level intelligence.
Human, yeah.
Like I can understand him keeping the parents alive to use as like leverage later, but like I would not have kept the tiger alive. Be like, oh yeah, that's the first thing I'm nuking actually.
I forgot about the tiger, and he comes out of the gym like, oh yeah, there's a talking tiger.
Yeah, it really doesn't do much until like the very end, and then it still doesn't do a ton.
Like, we established that tiger like in the first like 30 seconds.
Yeah,
and then we don't see it till like the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the characters, that's kind of why, like, and then in between, like normally, obviously, I don't need an action scene to be interested, but I think because the characters, there wasn't much to them. Like when they crash the ship and they're just talking for a little bit, I'm like, and then when they're in the prison, I'm like, oh, all right. But that's my main complaint with the movie.
The prison was, without a doubt, my least favorite scene, where
it slows to a halt.
His speech.
Yes.
Sorry, his speech specifically, like, it has nothing to do with the pacing. It just, like, his speech is the one time that I maybe would have liked this movie to have been a little serious. There were so many little quips and mumbles and jokes, like, that the speech was just such a nothing burger.
Talk about bench pressing or whatever.
Yeah. And, like, you could have kept that scene moderately serious. That's, like, the big turning point. I don't know. That was probably my least favorite scene. Anyone else have a different least favorite scene?
Yeah, I mean, all that in between, like, it seems like middle of the movie, this movie starts slowing down. Because when it starts, it's like bang, 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 the whole, and then like it seems like about the time to get to like the forest.
Yeah,
it
does
the
slow
forest
down a bit.
halt. There's a couple
Slows down.
halt points. I think
not even like a little bit. It's like just very slow. Then
yeah, that was my main thing. Like it slows in the forest. It slows in the prison. One where it's not necessarily slow, but the pacing was weird, or the editing, I guess. When at the beginning they're in I don't even know where they're at, like a hideout, and then they get thrown in that room with Duncan, and it shows Skeletor attacking, and a bunch of crazy stuff's about to go. Like, oh my gosh, they're about to fight, and then there's another like good while where they're just in the room talking to Duncan, and it just slows way back down. I'm like, okay, well, hang on. It just feels weird because I know there's crazy stuff happening, and we're still kind of goofing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Kind of minor complaint. But there's some parts, like you said, just halts.
I'll be honest. I don't think I liked anything involving Child Adam. Like the kid actor.
Kid was not a good actor.
Kid was a terrible actor. All the kids were bad actors, I thought. Sorry, kids. The way that those scenes were written, you could tell they were wanting to rush through to like adult
We
stuff.
wanted the good, like, even if you maybe, I don't know, did that in like a narration at
I
the
was going to
beginning.
say, like a animated like recap, I think would have served just as well as what we got.
Yeah. Maybe do it like comic book style.
Yeah.
Did he even go to Earth in the show? Or is that new?
I think he may have.
I don't know. I did see a lot of people were nervous about this movie when they saw that part of it was taking place on Earth. They were worried that a lot of it was going to be on Earth, and then we're happy to see that like we were barely on Earth. We were on
20
Earth for
minutes,
like
probably.
20 minutes, yeah, tops.
I did kind of enjoy him working in like an office.
He's like HR.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Talking
was
about
funny.
feelings. He wants
I
to
feel you consensually. Yeah.
Which one of my favorite jokes in this was him going around. He was outside and he's like trying to. Some guy has said, "I know where your sword's at," and then he's like, "How will I find you?" And the guy goes, "You'll know." And then he just proceeds to go inside and ask like every person in the store if they're the guy.
Yeah, that one guy, he's like, "Do you have my sword?" He's like, "I guess so."
No, the first one he goes, "Are you the guy?" And the guy like gets really nervous. He's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Do you have my sword?" And he's like, "What?" My favorite was
your sword.
My favorite was the guy's looking down at the minis, and you see He-Man like peek at him through the glass, and he does like a jerk off motion with his hand. He's like,
Yes, that's another one.
he goes, "Do you have my sword?"
Like, dude, you can't be doing. Yeah, the other guy walks up. Was like, "Dude, you can't be doing that." Yeah.
I thought that was so good.
like, come on, I'm over here.
I'm more here, man. Come on.
The video where they start filming him like grinding up on a
Like,
well,
his
the big
face is in its
barbarian
butt,
guy.
yeah.
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 That was funny. Can you have another Chucky chocolate?
Genuinely, just so many funny bits in this, and I'm willing to give the plot like higher than maybe I would because I do think some jokes were really well crafted.
Yeah.
But I do agree, character's very flat.
Yeah.
Which brings us on to acting. You know, I feel like people did a good job given how flat everybody was. Like, no one was bad, but I will say I did not care for Tila's performance. Thought it was just...
Okay. Skeletor was my Jared Leto is
A standout.
Skeletor was
Yeah.
like he's not like it's not like blow you away, but it was like it was good, especially for Jared Leto's standards.
Yes.
There's
Comeback arc.
There's a couple that stood out. I thought that Idris did a good job as Duncan.
Yeah.
Like, he reminded me, I told Jonah, I was
Back
like,
Thor
I
again,
want
but-
Idris Elba to play Sergeant Johnson in like a Halo movie.
I think that'd be good.
He was good. He was
He
good
was
in this
good.
movie.
I thought that Allison Brie as the witch. I thought she did a good job considering how goofy that character
Yeah,
is.
she did
Yeah.
good.
I'm kind of disappointed, but in the same way, it's weird because I'm disappointed because it would have been really stupid, but I'm kind of relieved because it also would be really stupid. Like I can't figure out which way I would like go with this. Is like Skeletor didn't or Jared Leto didn't do the voice.
Oh, you have to do the voice.
The stereotypical Skeletor voice.
You have
I
to.
got
Oh.
you now, He-Man.
Yeah. And he prays.
I'm like, it would be stupid, but also that's why I kind of love it.
Like that
Yeah.
first time he starts evil cackling as
Yeah.
he's like putting his hands in the air, and then
Yeah.
he's like, "That was it. When my hand goes up, that's the crescendo."
I do like that he was still funny, even though he was doing a more serious tone of
Yeah.
voice.
Yeah, he was still a goofy villain, but
Like-
also
like-
evil. Yeah.
He's so funny. He's just bad for the sake of being bad.
Yeah.
Bring those back.
I love that Puss in Boots was Jack Horner.
Yeah.
I that was great. To do
Yeah.
more
You're
stuff
a
like that.
psychopath. What took
Took you so long, idiot.
Marvel
What did I do to
started.
deserve this?
I feel like Marvel started the whole like, what if villains have a reason they're bad, and like
Like-
we should feel bad for them, and it was done well occasionally.
Sometimes it's interesting.
Yeah, but like every villain, I shouldn't have to sympathize with every villain. Heck, Star Wars tried to make you sympathize with Boba Fett. They're like, oh, he's a good slave trader.
Yeah.
He's a slave trader still.
Yeah, but he's a good.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Jonah.
I'm sorry.
Jonah.
I'll fix it.
It's okay.
I spilled crumbs everywhere.
Don't rub it into them. I got like a big like mat on my table. Yeah, I have a lint roller. I'll get to it later.
Tyler,
yeah.
would you like a muffin?
I would like one eventually. I'm not gonna eat one right now. I can't talk and eat like well. Yeah. Any other performances you guys thought were bad? I didn't think that Tila was great.
He was from Riverdale, so I mean that's about what I expected.
Yeah.
Which is one of my least favorite shows I've ever had the displeasure of watching a few episodes of.
Yeah, every kid actor was bad. The roommate was kind of funny.
Roommate was actually really funny.
I thought He-Man did a good job.
Yeah. The guy who did He-Man, I don't know the guy's name.
Did
but-
good.
Yeah.
I didn't think the
I'm going to call him He-Man from now on.
Yeah.
The King didn't do a very good job.
He wasn't.
Knock off Hugh Jackman.
Knock off Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of knockoff of like other Marvel properties around here.
Yes, yeah.
The King like barely had any expressions. Like he sees his son for the first time in 15 years, and his face is just like,
Oh, my boy.
yeah, my son. Yeah, I didn't care for the King. The sorceress at the beginning, I didn't think was very good, and I think part of that is because they were just trying to rush through. She's like, "Quick, bring me the sword."
She has probably like 2 lines.
Yeah.
The whole movie. She
Yeah,
doesn't really show
acting
back
was
up.
definitely not the strong suit of this movie.
No, absolutely not.
It does kind of play into the cheesiness a little bit, but also we got to critique it somewhere.
Absolutely.
At some point, we can't let him just slide with it.
Well, hey, let's talk about something that's a 5 out of 5. The audio,
That soundtrack?
Yeah, the soundtrack was killer.
Dude,
yeah.
if we had gotten theater
Princes
8
of the-
for this movie, I probably would have cried.
Princes
Yeah.
of the Universe.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, not the movies audio, but another AMC complaint. Dude, the bass in the theater next to us, it would get quiet and like not even like you can hear like an explosion, like a constant like,
Yeah.
I'm like,
There was like
oh
a
my god,
solid minute of shaking at one point.
yes,
When there was nothing
Like,
happening
What
in
is
our
going
theater.
on in there? It was so loud.
It was kind of funny.
So,
but
Princes of the Universe was not written on a Queen album. It was written for the movie Highlander,
really.
and they repurposed it for this movie.
that's cool.
But it was great. Yeah, when they would do like a fight and the electric guitar would come in.
Yeah.
Oh
Awesome.
my gosh. And
Yeah.
like the Brian May, like 80s Queen style of like all the synths and guitars was just
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
So good. Like
Man, That's two different occasions in the last 24 hours that you brought up Brian May, like in a conversation.
What was the other one not about He-Man?
No.
Oh, because we were talking about Theo Katzman.
Theo Katzman.
And you know
Oh,
what?
yeah.
Brian May was probably on the top of my mind because of
Yeah,
He-Man.
same.
We talked about how
If I had a nickel for every time Tyler brought up Brian May in a conversation.
they were
I have 2
technically
nickels.
technically both because of He-Man. We were talking about how Theo Katzman is leaving Wolfpack. And
At least temporarily.
temporarily.
Not
And
touring with him.
some people are a little frustrated that they bought tickets to see Wolfpack and now he's not going to be there. And Cole said, well, was he billed? Like, was he advertised as like being there? And it's like, technically no, but also like if
He's
you go
been-
see Queen and Brian
Like,
May's
I
not
know,
there,
but,
you're
like,
going to be a little
My
upset.
thing with
Yeah.
Wolfpack is they also have so many members.
But there's
Yeah.
like a core group.
4 of them are like the pillars. Like
They're
Theo,
a
Joe.
music community is what they are. They're not a band.
They're collective.
They're like a record label, but like but there are like the core group. What Joey Dossett, Jack.
Not even Joey. It's Jack, Joe, Theo, and Woody.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know Theo was a core member, so I didn't
He
know.
was. He's like
Yeah.
one of the founders. Like he was in their like first big group. So
I get it. If as long as he's not gone for good, I get it. 'cause,
I'm not upset at
Wolf's
him.
Still good, but I do kind of get what they're saying.
I'm not upset at him. My thing is like, and we're talking about music now for just a second. Pardon one tangent. Man, Wolfpack does like 2-3 shows a year max. Theo, I love your stuff, dude. You can do a show.
Can't
with
do
them.
one show.
You can, or at least do this show since you've
Yeah.
already sold tickets. And like, I feel like you can work on your personal stuff. Like, what was the conflict that made you feel like you had to step away?
Yeah, especially when like he sings so many.
He does, yeah.
It's him and Antoine pretty much sing all of them. Sometimes
like,
Joey.
What? Yeah, I feel like Antoine's going to step up and sing a lot of them, which they've done in the past.
Yeah,
You know?
Antoine at this point almost is kind of grandfathered in as a core member. It would be
think
so
so.
weird if he wasn't in it.
Yep.
No.
All right, that was our Wolfpack rant.
Yep.
Back to mass. Yeah, audio for me. Spoilers. 5 out of 5. It was mixed well. I could hear everything. The dialogue was great. And then the soundtrack. 10 out of 10.
The CG looked really good in this movie too.
So yeah, I was gonna say let's talk about visuals. Yeah, CG most of the time looked really good.
I didn't see anything that looked goofy to me.
There's a couple times. One scene in particular, Skeletor's mouth was moving really weird. and it was one scene. It was when he was interviewing Fisto and all them after he had captured them.
Fisto and Ram Man.
Yeah, I think it was that scene at least. There was something where his mouth just didn't look right. But most of the time he looked really good. CG looked good overall.
It definitely has that at some points. The blue dome, like you can tell they're in that room with the dome and the blue screen, which sometimes looks a little goofy, but with how cool the design of the world is, it's not a huge problem for me personally. And it definitely didn't look as bad as something like Ant-Man Quantumania, where it's like, dude, you are in like a little dome this entire time.
Yeah.
Something I was really impressed by, though, was how many practical effects there was, though. They didn't just use CG for everything. They did a lot of makeup.
Costumes were awesome.
A lot of costumes and props. And then a lot of the fights, there was very little CG in the fights themselves, with the exception of, like, the giant ape guy. Like, most of the fights, like, real human beings getting, like, thrown using zip lines, like, around the room. I even think back to, there was a stunt pretty early on in the movie. He's running from the ape thing with the sword, and it hits him, and he does like a spin through the air and hits the side of a semi-truck. But like the way he's spinning, he actually catches his foot on the car, and it causes him to twist in the air. And I'm like, they really threw either him or a stuntman through the air for that. Like that wasn't CG and like composited together. Like several moments like that I was really impressed with.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I definitely agree. I was blown away on that.
Yeah.
Like, man, they put forth effort. Like, what lacked in like any plot or the acting, they made up for with audio and visual.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, it was a delight to the senses. I'll put it that way.
They made it where like the vibes were what you would expect from a modern He-Man. There,
Yes.
where it felt like you're watching a 80s cartoon over here.
Yeah, and like you said, they didn't try to modernize it in like an insincere way. Like they really wanted to capture that.
A lot of people were worried they weren't gonna have him wear the He-Man outfit.
Yeah.
And like, but he did, loincloth and all.
This was more of like a gladiator skirt. I think the show he's like underwear straight up, right?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Is it?
I think it's more. Yeah, it's very.
But yeah,
very revealing.
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
cartoon.
I saw one person complain online. They're like, I just expected them to like use CG to make him have more muscles. He wasn't that muscular. And I'm like, did we look at the same?
That dude looks better
He-Man.
than all of us.
honestly,
Yeah.
most unrealistic part of the movie is when he's at the gym and he grabs like 25-pound dumbbells. Like, ugh. I'm like, okay, I know he's not He-Man yet. Dude, that dude's is cranking.
That
those.
was the sole
Yeah.
reason they probably had him wear the first half of the movie. He's wearing like really baggy
clothes,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was probably just to hide how jacked the actor
I love the
is.
Dolph
Yeah.
Lundgren cameo.
that was
was
nice.
good.
That was funny.
the OG He-Man.
And it was important to the plot, kind of, at the end.
It really was.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, Ivan Drago is here.
Yeah.
We were talking about the meme, the hey ya. They implemented it in a pretty good
Very
way,
subtle.
too. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it subtle. The cop goes,
It
"What's
wasn't in
going
your
on?"
face,
And
though.
then you hear, "Hey."
Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't the remix version like from the
No,
He-Man.
no, it was the original one.
It's not like a rainbow appeared behind him.
Yeah, they didn't like throw it in your face there with it.
I was really hoping that like an after credit scene would have them recreate that.
So I cry sometimes.
I'm lying about.
I don't,
It's such a good song.
I'm curious of the origin of that video because obviously that's pre-AI, but the voices sound good. Did some guy just do
I think
that?
they just like ripped and then used like a modulation, like FL or something like that, to modulate their voice.
Maybe. But like the part where he goes, I try all the time. Like that sounds like a dude.
Yeah, maybe it's just insane. I don't know.
And he prays.
If you haven't seen this video,
Somehow, if you've avoided
go
this,
fix that.
Actual classic.
Really, truly is that.
More popular than He-Man.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that YouTube video has probably made almost as much money as this movie made.
Probably.
like over
I'm
the
curious to
years.
see how many views that thing has right now.
Yeah,
That thing is classic.
it really is. My other I think of like classic YouTube videos for me. There's that. There's the take a closer look at that snout. That's a good one.
Take a closer look at that snout.
Have you not seen that one?
I don't think so.
I'll show that to you later.
230 million views.
130 million views. So
Sorry,
maybe
bit
not.
my fingers classic.
My all-time favorite YouTube video is the Halo Minute. Have you seen that one? When we're done with this, I'm going to have to show you the Halo Minute. Everyone watching, go watch the Halo Minute.
Gears
when
of
you're done
Halo
with this.
Theft Auto 5.
Gears of Halo Theft Auto 5 used to be really funny.
Is that
Good
donkey
old-
video?
No, it's
It's a
a
machinima.
Machinima. Oh, the good old days.
It gave my mom cancer. They gave my dog diarrhea.
How do I buy this game? Either sacrifice a goat and sell your soul to Satan, or B, watch the movie Spider-Man 3.
Ew.
That was before people.
Yeah, it came out around Spider-Man 3 for
That was
record.
before people like turned around and like, you know what? That movie was goofy.
Well, it was pretty, yeah, that was a hated movie for a while.
Yeah, that was like what people said was the worst Spider-Man. But worst, like one of the worst movies of all time.
I'll put you in a time frame for when that came out, though.
Fans in the late 2000s and early 2010s just hated fun. You hate Speed Racer, you hate the prequels, you hate Spider-Man 3.
I still don't love Spider-Man 3. It's all right. I don't hate
It's
it.
not the worst Spider-Man movie. I've said it multiple times.
I agree.
Now,
I agree.
Now it's not.
Yeah.
But for a minute it was.
I mean, there was only 3 movies, and the other 2 were bangers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So-
What's your worst?
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I agree.
for sure. Yep.
I've said that multiple times.
I don't think
on the
that's
air.
up for
I thought
stand by
it was, but I was making sure.
Dude, I want you to know, I don't know if you guys saw during the Toy Story previews, a Spider-Man trailer came on, and I stood up and walked out of the theater.
Well, I found you outside. Yeah.
You were out there.
I told him the other day, he said a new trailer came out. I was like, if you're avoiding spoilers, the new one shows a lot. I don't know if you watched it. But
I did.
yeah.
I'm not going to say anything.
I haven't even watched
Yeah.
all of the original trailer. Like, I've only seen clips of it, so I'm trying to avoid.
For the record, I'm super excited.
It's interesting.
but
I
the
am
trailer
too.
shows a lot.
I am very
Yeah.
excited as well, but yeah, I'm trying to go in as blind as possible. So yeah,
You only got like a month.
sit up and
Or
left.
less, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're coming up on about a month of it.
No, about a month? Okay. So,
Well, hey,
that'd be fun.
let's bring this in here. I was gonna say I'm
ready.
ready to run this thing through. If we feel rushed today, like, I apologize. 1, it's been a while. 2, I've had a busy week. I think you both have had busy weeks, and Jonah had a busy day. We're also recording 3 episodes today, so apologies.
Back to back.
We're only at 41 minutes right now. We're doing okay on time, but yeah,
Normally what extends our time is not because we are talking about the movies. It's because we go on tangents.
yeah, but I mean, like, I
What do
think
you
that
think about Last
we
Jedi?
go on more tangents when we're well rested and
Yeah.
like have time. So if we feel rushed today,
This is more like when we started out. It was
Yeah, we're,
this
uh,
time range.
we don't want to be here till like 11. So we're doing a tier list here in a little bit that I think is going to take a lot of
I
time.
think we're going to ramble a lot now.
Yeah,
Or
so-
argue.
All right, so yeah, I want to have a chance to like maybe eat a dinner before then.
Not
So-
muffins, though.
And also, like, I'm not a huge like OG Masters of the Universe fan, or I think we all would have had a lot more to say.
Yeah.
You know what? Here's where I think Amazon should 100% still do a second movie. I kind of want to go watch Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
That's the best thing you could hope for from buying the rights to this is like you did a good enough job that I said, maybe I should go check this out. Like,
Yeah.
this looks fun.
Or,
This-
sorry.
no, I was just going to say, it looks like a fun time.
Yeah. My dad, who barely goes to the movies and really like will watch things like way after they've already came out. He's like, you know what? I want to see that
So I
because
was telling Jonah, I said, my dad talked about going to see this one.
I remember having like a bunch of He-Man stuff and everything and watching it.
I think this will do really, really well on streaming.
Yeah. I
I
agree.
think it will. Now, how much money does Amazon make off of streams? Probably none. You just get people in your,
People see like people are
on your
interested.
service.
Yeah.
But like, I think this will do really good at streaming. I bet if they sold this, like how you can like rent a movie for 24 hours for like $15 or something like that, or buy it for 30, I think this is going to do really good with that.
Yeah, that's what Amazon does.
Yeah.
On Prime.
It's an Amazon original, so they might make it a free one, but I think they won't at first. I think it's going to make some money in its second life, as they
Yeah.
call it. So, all right, let's
It'll be a cult classic you watch.
yeah, let's
I bet
rubric
it
this
will.
bad boy. All right, plot. I'll start us off.
Also, it came out in a pre-sec time. You had Obsession's kind of taking over the world.
No one anticipated the rise of Obsession. there.
Yes, Obsession.
No one could have
yeah.
saw that coming.
Then what else came out?
Backrooms just came out not too long
Backrooms,
ago.
Disclosure
Toy
Day.
Story, Disclosure Day.
Supergirl's about to come out.
It's a
Yeah.
rough time.
Yeah.
We were talking about this when we were leaving the theater.
Scary
like,
movie.
oh,
Scary
yeah, that
movie.
came out, yeah.
It's a really rough time to be a movie in the theater right
I get
now.
it. It's a bloodbath in the theaters right now.
It is. And honestly, the
Good.
rest of the year.
Good.
Michael has been hanging around longer than I anticipated.
Oh, yeah, they're still showing that.
I'm like,
Probably still making money.
I did like a double take when I was scrolling through like buying tickets for Toy Story 5. I'm like, huh? They're still showing. It was 2 months ago.
I did the same thing.
I bet Toy Story will be in theaters till like August.
Yeah.
I feel like Pixar movies are like that are successful are there for a long time.
Yeah.
Inside Out 2 was there for months.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen that. Oh wait, Inside Out 2. Yes, I did see that one. What I didn't, I for some reason would think of Elementals. I was like, I still never watched Elementals. Alrighty, plot. I'm going to be generous because of the jokes. I think the plot was okay, maybe even leaning poor at times, but I think the comedic timing and the jokes in this movie, as well as how they treated the source material, bump it up and elevate it a little bit, I'm going to say 4. I feel like this is probably not super easy to adapt, but they honored the material best I can tell, and they had fun with it. And I want more movies to just have fun and not take themselves as seriously. So,
Man, I'm gonna sound like a jerk.
what?
Said-
Cole?
I'm gonna go 3.
Okay.
Plot was very all right. I mean, it's nothing. I'm gonna do my jokes as a part of my enjoyment. Is what I'm gonna do.
Valid. And Jonah? You too?
See, I would say pacing was poor to bad. I was between 2 and 3, but you're right. Like I need to freaking stop
shoving
my face
muffins down your mouth.
No, putting my nose in the microphone. You're right. I did laugh, and I don't know if I guess action scenes are kind of part of the plot, or maybe visuals more so. A little bit of both.
What is it you said is part of the plot?
The action.
Yeah.
Action. Yeah.
A little bit of both.
I do about more like visuals.
Yeah, I always try to lean positive and be nicer, so I'm gonna go 3.
Okay.
But it's a soft 3 though.
Come on, Jonah. Let your hate flow through you.
Like
You know
I
what?
said-
2, because I'm gonna give everything else really high.
Well, like I said, I was leaning. I was probably stuck at a 3, but like I said, the jokes as well as like I said, I'm okay that the movie wasn't. Hot Rod does not have great pacing. You know, like
Yeah.
we've talked about this before.
Hot Rod would not do well objectively
Yeah.
on the rubric.
Hot Rod does
Yeah.
not have good pacing.
Soundtrack though would be a fire.
Yes,
fire though.
absolutely. But you know,
Like this
like
movie.
Yeah.
I didn't have as many pacing problems as you did, but I do agree there were some for sure.
Yeah.
And there's also, we didn't really talk about them. There's some pretty glaring plot holes. If this wasn't He-Man, that I would be like, wait a minute. The biggest one that jumps out to my mind is they surround the king at the beginning, and it's like, your lineage ends here. And then the son runs right past everyone. They're like, let that kid go.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
Right, he's
did
not
they-
going to
that
do
one
anything.
What did
Yeah.
they vaporize that kid?
He's
Yeah.
not a threat.
Yeah,
that was funny.
That was like, when I say glaring plot holes, that's about as bad as it gets. Like nothing crazy.
Yeah, there's not a lot of a plot to have a hole in.
Yeah.
Pause.
So,
Yep.
yep. Alrighty. Cole, so why don't you start us off with acting?
3. Very okay.
Yeah.
There was good performances, nothing spectacular, but there was a lot of stinkers.
I think a 3 is generous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to do 3.
Yeah.
I think Skeletor was
I was gonna say-
was awesome. I think He-Man was awesome.
I think
I
Skeletor
agree.
brings it up to 3. Yeah.
The Duncan was cool.
Are you a 3 as well, Jonah?
I'm a 3, like you said. Skeletor brings it up.
Yeah, I'm one right there with you.
Duncan was cool, but you can kind of tell Idris Elba's heart isn't really entirely in this, you know.
He was cool, and he wasn't trying to be bootleg drunk Thor.
Yes, exactly.
I was at a 2 until you look at Skeletor. And Skeletor
He's
pops
fun.
it
He
up.
was funny every time he was on screen. He
Yes.
was. It was enjoyable.
And I liked He-Man.
He-Man did good. Allison
Yeah.
Brie did good. Don't forgot her character's name, the Witch.
Yeah, the
Does she
witch
have
is like going like.
Does she
I
have
think it's
a name?
Evil Lynn. I think
Skeletor-
Evil is
Oh
in
yeah,
her
because
name.
it's supposed to be like Evelyn.
Yeah.
You're right. It is Evil Lynn.
Skeletor starts getting beat. She goes, "Oh." And so-
It has leaves, yeah.
yeah.
I love. We didn't really talk about it. Talking about sexual innuendos. The first couple times Skeletor grabs her, she's like literally moaning.
She likes it.
and like
Yeah.
on the verge. Like you could tell she's really into it. Like
Yeah.
thought that was funny.
Comedic in nature.
You're only bad if you have a skull for a face.
He's bad. Because
All
he's
right.
bad.
Jonah,
There's got to be more to it than that.
he's got a skull for a head. Jonah, your audio.
I think I'm going to go 5.
I'm a 5.
Good soundtrack, good
5.
sound effects. It was
Yep.
cool.
We already talked about that.
Easy 5.
Oh, Jonah, why don't you start us off again since audio is kind of a no-brainer. We've talked about it already. What are your visuals for us?
I'm between 4 and 5. I'm going to go 4. I think it looks good. I think the blue screen room kind of looks a little wacky sometimes. But I love the aesthetic and the design a whole lot. And the costume designs are also really awesome. So,
I think I'm also a 4, and like I could give this a 5 easily.
yeah.
Like
4 means good.
4 means great. Like,
great, yeah.
4 means great. I could give this a 5. There's a couple times that Skeletor looked weird. Most of the time he looked great. The monkey guy looked, you could tell he was 100% CG a couple different times. And then there was like one other thing I thought looked a little off, but it was kind of like what you said. It was just like the fact that it was just a lot of green screening. But
Yeah.
what physical sets were there, what physical props were there, awesome. Loved it. The movie looked good. I want to give it a 5, but I'm going to give it a 4. Cole,
I'm going 5.
you're going 5.
The vibes of this movie are great. The action was great. I didn't notice anything goofy with Skeletor. I thought Skeletor looked awesome anytime he was on screen.
Maybe I'm being harsh, but yeah.
I see
That's
no
valid.
flaw. And
Our screen was really dim.
Yeah,
what
that
theater?
AMC's bad.
What theater did you have?
Not 8.
Four.
4.
I think.
We didn't talk about that, but yeah, like our screen was so dim. Like
a little dim.
it wasn't
It was
as
also
bad
bad.
as Five Nights at Freddy's.
Ours looked good. When,
It was not as bad as Five Nights at
for
Freddy's.
the
but
record, me and Kirsten went and saw it, and these two did not come with us.
well,
Sorry. Well, I was working.
Yeah.
I was going to. I thought we were going together, and then
I'm like, Tyler already saw it.
I was like, "What?"
Remember when it was like,
Well, because I sent in the chat, I was like, let's go see yada, 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 He-Man Wednesday night. And you said something back to it, and then I saw you at practice.
it was about Toy Story 5. Is what
and then I
talking
was
about.
like, we're going to see He-Man Wednesday night? You're like, dude, I saw it. And I was like, what?
Like, I saw it
Already done.
today.
I was like, I was going to go with you.
It's okay.
Too late.
we
okay.
kissed in the theater.
Cole doesn't want to go on a date with us anymore, Jonah.
No, Tyler wouldn't even sit by me. Jonah sat with us last night.
Yeah, I saw your ticket picture. I was like, I'm gonna do that one.
Yeah, I am. Sometimes row C gives me a headache.
Well,
It's
I
not
didn't
every
know
time.
row C gave you a headache or about row D.
I don't care. You're good. It's not a big deal.
I sat row B for Obsession. Wasn't even that bad.
Yeah. That one does have a lot of movement, so I bet it was like fast movement. And sometimes it doesn't. It's literally, it's like a coin toss. So, all right, on to it. I could give visuals a 5, but I'm going to.
Am I swaying you?
You are.
I didn't even try.
Boom. Didn't have to say anything. You just-
I'm doing it. I'm
Just
giving
the
it a
thought
5.
of it.
I'm giving it a 5. And then, spoiler alert, I'm going to give enjoyment also a 5. Like I said, I'm probably going to watch this again when it comes to streaming. Might even put it in for a movie night pick one day.
Yeah, it's a fun
this
time.
is- I want to buy this in 4K and own it. Like it's
Blast it around on your surround soundtrack.
Yes,
How much of the soundtrack have you listened to in the last?
I've listened to the whole thing several times.
yeah.
There's a couple songs that are like, like Young Adam is just kind of like, meh, you know. It's
But
just
the
like
Princes
background.
of the Universe
But there's
song-
a couple that are really good standouts. Like the title song Eternia is
Yeah.
just so good. Like
yeah.
banger. All right, so I'm enjoyment. I'm a 5. I know that might be Glaze City.
Well,
just
you're
a
allowed
little
to
bit.
glaze
A
on
lot of
enjoyment.
glaze. Yeah.
Yeah, Cole
4.
4.
Not my favorite thing we've seen. I really liked it though, but I don't think I like it enough, even with the jokes in there, to give it that 5.
Yeah,
So I'm going 4. It's
That's
4.
valid.
Could almost be 5, but not quite there.
yeah. Jonah.
I'm gonna go 3. The fights bring it up a little bit. I really like the fights. They're really cool and the vibes. But I was checking the time a lot during this movie. I was,
That was your problem.
Not crazy about it. Well, maybe.
Yeah.
But I was not as crazy about it. But I didn't hate it or anything. I thought it was all right.
Yeah. And like I said, you got to understand, like, you're talking, I think I'm the only one at the table that, like, actively watched Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Right? And-
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I've seen like the movie and stuff.
I don't know.
My parents said it was too violent. Dead serious.
That's really funny.
Well,
Yeah.
now look at you.
You're talking about the guy who, like, Saturday morning cartoons were my jam. Like, I remember eating cereal in my underwear at, like, my house out when we lived out in the country. And, like, Saturday morning cartoons were my thing. And I loved Power Rangers. So, like, this was, like, an adult version of Power Rangers. And it just tickles the little kid spot in the back of my brain.
Don't ever say that again.
It fisted me in the right spot. Just the right little... It fisted me in my little kid spot. Just right.
Well,
Give him head, right?
we're getting banned. Giving head run, man.
Dude, I love Neckman too. I told Jonah. I said-
Neckman was funny.
I said my
Yeah.
favorite part about Neckman, like any appendage could stretch and it'd be a superpower, like for combat. But the fact that it's your neck,
It's kind of the worst.
so
Swinging your head
so
around.
funny. Also, I know it wasn't Glenn Powell, but it looked like Glenn
It did.
Powell, and just like the little triangle sunglasses.
We did look it up.
Dude, I
afterwards.
loved the. I don't regret giving visuals a 5 now. The more I talk about it, like the costume designs were so good. They were
'Cause
so good.
They are goofy, but
Yeah,
they're
it
supposed
adds
to
to
be.
the charm to it.
Yeah.
That was so good. All right. Puts me at an 88. Cole at an 80. Jonah, Mr. Scrooge McDuck over there, 68.
68?
We'll
Yeah.
remember that, Tyler, when we get
Yeah,
to
you
the
gave
next
plot
episode.
a 2. You gave acting a 3. Audio a 5. Visuals a 4. Enjoyment
You're
a 3.
allowed to give bad grades, Jonah.
You're allowed to do it, Jonah.
I agree with everything you just read off.
Yeah. So you
I
gave
think
it
you may be in line with the critics on this
gave
one.
it a D.
Yeah.
So yeah, putting our total score
Yeah,
at
I wonder what-
78.6.
What is the Rotten Tomatoes?
79%.
Yeah, how's it doing on Rotten Tomatoes right now?
Let's look that up.
I feel like critics weren't loving this.
Critics are lame. Not me, though.
Critics don't love it.
We've talked about this before. I could care less what Rotten Tomatoes actually says, but it is an interesting metric to look at.
68. Oh, man.
We are the
I've
critics.
become them. I could get a job.
You are the chosen one.
86.
What's the audience at?
86.
That's more in
It's a
line.
reverse.
So, all right, puts our total score at 78.6. We round that up to a 79. So, B plus or C plus? Is that how that works?
I think so.
Or is it a B minus? I think it's
What was the grade?
79.
C plus.
C plus.
C plus. Okay, so it gets a C plus. It's passing with gusto.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. And thank you guys for listening. We're getting ready to spin right back around and record Toy Story 5. Jonah,
I don't know why I did that.
I don't know why you did that. Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. I wish everyone could have seen your face when you did that.
Tongue
Jonah, as we're
fully
getting
out.
out of here, could you give us a by the power of Grayskull?
Yeah.
He-Man?
Yeah.
By the power of Grayskull.
You got to say it. What's the rest of the
What's
line?
the rest of the line?
I forgot.
Who has the
I have the power. Is that what he says?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little lame, not going to lie.
I can't do it again.
No. All right, thank you for listening. Bye.